What would you say to somebody who is scared to start?
You just got to do it. I mean, you can't worry about what anybody thinks about you, and you just have to do it.
Yeah.
You can't say, "Oh, I'm a bit cringy. People are going to call me stupid," because the people that do that are jealous because they wish they were doing what you're doing, what you're brave enough to do.
I've got somebody joining me who's been everywhere lately. I first met Terin Gary back in January at Gabby's Shop Local event, and since then she has been on a tear. Food spots, festivals, shark tooth hunts, and a video that went so viral, even Randy Travis has dropped a comment on it. She's built her brand from the ground up, just picked up a little new job title, and she's out here showing love to all of the local businesses, the Louisiana culture, and everything in between. We're talking travel, content, food, and that mindset that just keeps things building. Let's bring Miss Terin Gary to the stage. What's up, Terin? What's going on, girl?
Not much. I'm just drinking from my little new Tigs mug.
Oh, look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yes, I'm so honored that you would have such a good coffee mug.
I know. And it's not coffee in there, I'll tell you that
much.
Oh,
okay, good. Because that's like, this ain't a coffee show, Terin. This ain't no coffee show. I love it. I love it. Okay, yeah, I see the folks in the chat. What's up?
No,
Let's
Adam,
give them a little shout out. No, it ain't coffee. It shouldn't be. We're going to get into some stuff tonight, and it's going to be fun. This is laid back as it gets. Ask a bunch of questions, hear from you, and if you don't know her yet, you're going to by the end of this, and she's
maybe
awesome.
A little too well.
Yeah, baby. Maybe more than you want. We'll see what happens. We'll see how much you've had of that cup. That's what matters. But look, I just kind of want to start with what is happening recent before we rewind and dive into everything. Because I mean, why not? You got a video going viral right now with some major stuff with Mike Broussard and Randy Travis jumping in and all that. How'd that all happen? Let's just start there.
It was crazy. So I'm at Buck and Johnny's for my friend Crystal's bachelorette party. Crystal, hi. She's getting married on July 1st. She's in here.
Is she Crystal Gale?
Crystal Melissa.
Okay. That Crystal, got you. Okay, yeah. What's up, Crystal? I saw someone comment, and her name was Crystal Gale on that video. I don't remember where it was at, and I was like, "Wait, is that the Crystal Gale? No way!" But I don't think it was. So anyhow, sorry, ADHD.
I have it too, so we're gonna be in trouble.
We'll be fine.
So we're at Buck and Johnny's for her bachelorette party, and they have singers on Fridays. So Mike gets up there, and I mean, he has his little hat on, and I don't know, I wasn't expecting that to come out of his mouth.
No, nor was I. When that was the perfect hook too for a video. The way that you said that made me click on it. I was going to anyhow, but it made me like, what is she talking about? And then I was not expecting that either.
No,
all.
I got up out my seat, moved all the way to the front of the table, and was just like entranced. I could not believe. I thought somebody had turned the radio on, or Randy Travis walked into the room.
Right? It's unbelievable. Yes, it was so good. So just randomly, just one of those things. You just right place at the right time.
Yes, and I told him, I called him over, and I said, dude, like, you have the best voice that I've heard in a long time. Like, this is amazing. And he was like, oh, no. And I am telling you, like, people need to hear this because they will lose their minds.
Yes.
He didn't believe me. I was like, I'm going to interview you. And he said, oh, you're going to be my first interview. And I said, I'm telling you, I'm going to see you on the red carpet one day. And he's like, well, you're going to be there with me and you're going to be interviewing me on the red carpet. I was like, I'm holding you to that.
Hell yeah, you are. And look, it's when things happen like that. I don't think people forget that. I mean, look at Zach Top. And that's kind of what this reminds me of. It's like a Zach Top kind of moment because he has that throwback 90s voice. He's got that Randy Travis voice. That's hot right now. That's going to work. There is
Yes.
no doubt whatsoever that is going to resonate with people. It's gonna he's gonna blow up. There's just zero
That
doubt in
old
my
soul
mind.
country is coming back.
Yes.
I'm so
Yes.
happy. Chris
Me
Stapleton,
too.
Zach Bryan,
Yeah.
all of this is coming back. So,
I
I mean,
love
right
it.
now is the perfect time for him to be out there. And I
It
woke
is.
up, I don't know about you, but a lot of content creators are like me. Like, you wake up in the middle of the night, sometimes you have dreams because your mind never turns off.
Correct.
And
Yeah,
I
I get
woke
that.
up and I just had dreamed about like TikTok. And I open it and there's Randy Travis's comment.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
yes, I messaged Mike at 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, have you seen this?
Had he seen it yet?
No. And he messaged me the next morning. He's like, my heart literally stopped. He said, I could not
I
believe this.
guess. Oh, I wouldn't be able
Yes.
to either. I mean, it's like getting praise from the man himself, and
Yes.
and there's no telling where this goes or what.
No. And if you read the comment, he says, I look forward to meeting you.
That's
I
exactly what
mean,
he says, and I
yes.
I think he seems to be the kind of dude who he doesn't just throw that out there. Like he's
No.
that's going to happen one way or the other. That's going to it needs to happen. Well, tell us a little bit more about Mike, as I don't obviously don't know a whole ton about him, but where can folks maybe see him
Well, he
around
sings
here
at,
locally before he blows
yes.
up? Because he's
He
gonna blow
sings at a
up.
lot of local places. He'll sing at Buck and Johnny's. I think he put a little video on a boat that he's performing. I think it's like July 3rd, maybe. But he's supposed to come in soon, and because he said he was free tonight, and he wanted to kind of talk about some of this stuff too, because he's in shock. I mean, I know he played at Crawfish Town, maybe Cafe Sydney May, a few times, a few places around town.
Yeah,
But I mean, you will stop whatever you're doing
you
when you
will.
hear it.
It's one of those voices that as soon as he plays, y'all go check her page out right now. We need to plug it right off the bat. Traveling with Terin. Look it up on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and you're going to see this video that we're talking about. We don't
Oh,
even
look,
mind if you
Mike
leave.
is here.
There we go. Look, here he is. Here he is. He's been here the whole time. Sorry that we're talking about you so good. I know you're probably blushing, but dude, you got it going on, brother. I've got to hear more than what I've just heard on TikTok. I got to hear you live. I've got to see this guy. It's
Yes, I
unbelievable.
mean, it's crazy, and I'm interviewing him July 1st because
Okay,
I told him I'm
good.
still your first interview, no matter
Yes,
what. If Randy Travis comes calling, I'm still the first one.
exactly. That's
Now
exactly
we want
right.
to talk about that and just what he wants to do. Where he's going from here. He's
Yes.
amazing.
He is very amazing, very amazing. Welcome, Mike. Very honored that you would be a part of the show tonight with Tigs Bits. Can't wait to meet you because I plan on meeting you too at some point. I'm coming to see you play, brother. That is a fact. That is a fact. Terry says that. Do you live in Bro Bridge, Taryn?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I couldn't remember where. I couldn't remember where you lived. If it was in New Iberia, I just couldn't. You've told me this, but I
Oh,
forget.
crawfish capital of the world.
That's exactly right. And you're not too far from me, so we need to collab on something soon. I haven't had time to get out beyond what I've been doing, but maybe that's changing a little bit this summer. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Jeffrey Jones gets to catch a show. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, cuz. I love it. I love it. Yes, sir. I'm going to be there. I will be there. Oh, we even got Rachel in here tonight.
Hey,
Yes.
Rach.
Everybody. Taryn brings the noise. I love it. She brings the crowd.
Where's Amanda? I don't hear her making noise in my comment section.
She'll be here. There's no doubt. She will show up. She will show up and she will show out as she always does. I
And
love
that's
her.
something else too. Me, her, Rachel, and Casey from Stirring the Pot have something in the works right now.
Yes. Oh, and I
Yeah.
see Casey is in the house with us too.
Yes.
Everybody loves us some Taryn. How can you not? How can you not love Taryn? Well, that's a good segue though, Taryn. Let's rewind it back to how did this all started? I know that I've read and you've said, and I've heard you also say that you say if you wait for perfect timing, you're never going to start.
No.
Where'd that mindset come from?
Just because I've done it, I realize with entrepreneurs, a lot of people that we hang around with, it's people that just kind of jump at things. They don't really sit there and plan things out and think too much about stuff.
Right.
Because if you do, then you think of everything that can go wrong, you know, and then you think about people judging you or, you know, just watching you, and you just got to get away from that, and you just got to do what you want to do. Start doing you. And things start happening, you know, you just got to put yourself out there. I mean, I never thought I would be doing this. You'd ask me like a year ago if I'd be this. No way. I'd have laughed at you.
Well, what made you hit the go button? What made you say, all right, what pushed you over the edge to say, I'm doing this?
I guess I was just tired of working like a regular job. Working for somebody else. I wanted to work for myself, and I knew I was good at what I could do. I had made my daughter went viral.
Okay.
And she was just too nervous to kind of jump on that train. She didn't want people to talk about her, and I just don't care anymore. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it.
That kind of comes with age a little bit, I think. 'Cause
Yes.
I'm the same way, where I don't think that I would have done this 10 years ago, even though I did radio and stuff like that, but not video. To put myself out there with video and take the criticism, and the criticism is minuscule and just people being petty, really more of a reflection of themselves or a projection of themselves. That's kind of what I've noticed. But yeah, it takes a damn leap of faith to jump in and to quote unquote have the balls to put yourself out there. You know what I mean?
It's true. I mean, and when I started getting noticed and started getting deals, you know, restaurants would reach out to me. I mean, at first it was shocking. Like I didn't think that it would go that far. And then, now I get different restaurants asking me to go. I've gotten some in Dallas, Texas, asking me to go visit their restaurants.
Yeah. See, that's awesome. That's awesome. I've got so many dang mosquitoes, Louisiana. I've got this under control thanks to TikTok, and some little thing that's coming in is going to save this studio from the gnat infestation that is going on. That's irrelevant to this show, but anyhow, they keep getting in my line of sight. It's driving me crazy. This happens every year in June too, by the way, and then in a month it'll go away. So it's whatever. All right. ADHD. How do you push past that fear though of initially doing it? Like, what was that first video or that first blog or vlog or whatever that you posted that just said, I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to put this out there.
It was, so I have been traveling and I do like little blog posts, just pictures and stuff. But the video, I think my first one was at Park de Oaks with Nina Creole, Nina Charles, her Bayou Bow. There was a few of them there, and I told my husband, I was just like, video it and we'll see how it goes, you know? And it did good.
There you go. It seems to be folks just like authenticity, and we're going to dive into more of this later, but they like that. You definitely bring that to the table. Zero doubt. There's Amanda. We got her.
Late as usual. Sarah's there. Hey, Sarah.
I love it. What's up, Sarah? What's up? I love it. Here we go. I mean, Andre has a good question. What are some of the new? What are some of the new things you have coming that you're excited about? Keep that in mind. We'll come back to that later on, because I had that same question. That's a good question, Andre. Good
and my
job.
Mom's watching too, so.
Oh boy, well, we'll behave.
Watch what I say.
we better behave. Hey, hey, Mom, we're gonna be good tonight. I promise. I promise. Well, let's kind of move forward a little bit. That answers that. I mean, beyond what's something that you learned from those risks, like initially. What's just something that you could take away from taking that chance right off the bat? You obviously you knew that you could continue to do this, What did you learn that
Just
said keep
really,
going?
it was really like confidence. It's just being yourself and just having confidence in what you're doing and being
Yeah.
okay with putting yourself out there. And you have to be okay with having some criticism. I've realized that when you get to like about 20,000 views on stuff, that people start to you get the person that's going to say, oh, her shirt doesn't match, or oh, look her hair, look her roots.
Yeah.
They're just going to find something, and you just have to be okay with that and
Yeah.
just realize that person's jealous. It's not any reflection on you. And just with that one negative comment, there's 1,000 good ones.
That's exactly
It
right.
is what it is.
That is exactly right. And I think you're right on that number too. It seems to be once the algorithm gets you to 20,000 people and then it starts to move forward, you just get some insane comments in there of
Yes.
people like it's like, okay, the algos found the weirdos now. Here they come. But it's still mainly always positive. It's just you get those I find it hilarious. I love it. I mean, I really and
Yes.
truly do. If something starts popping and I start getting these comments, it doesn't bother me a lick. I'm just happy for the attention. Let's be honest. I like it. That's why I'm posting the shit. I'm an attention whore. There, I said it. I said it out loud, everybody. On a live, I'll edit that one out. But there, it's the facts. It's just
Well,
the
I mean,
truth.
anybody in our field has to like attention, or you wouldn't really be,
We wouldn't be doing
you wouldn't
this.
be doing it. Yeah, you
That's
have
a
to be
fact.
okay with that.
That's right. That's right. Um, let's talk about this content though that we make that connects the stuff that actually lands because as we know a lot of it does not most
Yeah.
I'd say most of it doesn't really but you start to figure out what does what's been the most surprising or meaningful feedback that you've gotten from your followers?
Um, I mean, one of the most surprising things was when I went to a Allons Manger in Crowley and I did a video there. And that one, so I needed like a little clip to share before the actual video. Just kind of, like a teaser. I was trying because you have to be consistent with your posting, and that was a long video. So I put like a little clip out, and it was of the alligator sink that they have there.
Oh yeah, I remember
And
seeing that. Yeah.
that went viral. And that was so surprising to me because that was just something I had just kind of put, last minute, kind of here you go. And I didn't expect that.
Right.
Um, that's probably the most surprising. Did you mean like meaningful comment or?
Yeah, I mean, if anything that pops out that you can recall, that's just like you're like, damn, I can't believe they. That's so nice, or
Oh,
like
I get.
that was inspiring, or something. Like if anything that just takes you to one, like this
Mm.
is why I'm doing this.
Oh, yeah, I've gotten plenty of that, like from restaurants, especially. I got a email from a restaurant, and they were shocked that I even was answering their email back. They said that I do such
Really?
a good job. Yes, they said I do such a good job that their restaurant's in trouble and that they really need help. And they felt like this was a shot in the dark, that they didn't think that I
Wow.
would even reply to them. And I was like, yeah, definitely I'll be there, and help you.
Yeah.
And they said they haven't recovered since COVID and it's been a hard time for them. And like, that's when I realized what I'm doing makes that much of an impact, that somebody would
Right.
actually like turn to me in time when they're scared. So that one was
That
like, that really hit me.
Yeah, that would hit. I mean, I think that would hit anybody. It just shows that you're not just turning on a camera and you're having good food and loving this or talking about it. Like you're actually it actually impacts people, and it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to believe, isn't it? Like it's
Yes, I
weird
was
a little
shocked.
bit. It's
Yeah.
nice, but it's kind of like well, I'm just making videos. I'm hoping to get some followers, and I'm putting out stuff I like, and I think that's good, And then people start actually telling you it is. It's a
Yes.
little bit weird. It's flattering, and it.
Yeah. And when you
Oh,
start getting, people see you play when they see you places and they're like, oh, that's traveling with Terin, or they want you to come to their food truck and help, that's been weird. And I'm so happy that that's happening. I love to help everybody.
yeah, for sure, right, Rachel says she hopes I ask some of the same questions if I'm ever on on the podcast. You're more than welcome to come on
Yeah, her
anytime,
comments.
darling. I'm already intrigued. Yes.
Oh, don't worry, Rachel. I got some stories when we get to the stories.
Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We gotta lay the story out first before we totally dive in. But that's great, though. I mean, I know just from watching online and from seeing all the things that I see that you post every day and all of that. Number one, I'll let you answer this before I ask the follow up. But how do you stay consistent even when the whole algorithm isn't promoting you or pushing it, or you're not getting a lot of views on something? What's your drive to keep staying consistent?
Well, it's crazy because when I start feeling that way and I feel like, like maybe I made the wrong decision, things haven't been going that great, something happens every single time to make me change my mind. Somebody like a restaurant will contact me or a brand will contact me. Something happens. And I tell my husband that all the time, like, okay, because I'm questioning it. And then 2 or 3 people will contact me or get a nice comment, something that says that I'm going about this the right way. And me and Amanda talk about this constantly.
Yeah. As she says, support system.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people in this room that are all of our support systems. We all support each other. I love it, man. It's just amazing that all of this happens. And I mean, I met you in January. I feel like I'm a part of this little clique or network or whatever the heck you want to call it, group of amazing, amazing people. It's an honor to be a part of it. And it's just, yeah.
That's what I say every day. It's like a community, a family, and we're all there for each other. And if I do a post that doesn't do that well, there's Travel the Boot right on it and posting on it. Yes. Or there's Rachel or, Casey, somebody. Yes. Rusty, I mean, Adam, there's so many supporters.
If I've never thanked any of y'all, I try. Thank you all so much for promoting my stuff, for promoting her stuff. I try to do it back. I miss times and all that, but I'll get better and better at this too. I'm learning. I'm still learning too. It's just wild to start to get that kind of interaction on things. And then if you have a video blow up, as you know, the notifications are nuts.
Yes.
I can't keep up. It's probably going to be a week because I've had so many over this last few days from a video that I had to blow up that it's going to have to calm back down, and then I'll be able to go back through and see all the stuff that I've missed. But that's a good problem to have. I'm not upset about it. It's fun.
I can't even read everything on my TikTok right now because it's crazy.
Isn't it? It's nuts. Yes. I love it. The Average Dad Cooking Channel. I love watching his stuff too. Yes, I do too. Love it, dude. I love it. All right. So what that kind of led me into, that was phase 1 of the question. Phase 2 is you've become the daily pep talk for a lot of folks, right? I mean, you have.
Yeah, I guess.
Who's your pep talk? Who gives you that pep talk?
Amanda.
That's what I figured.
Amanda's my person for Travel to Boot. I have my group of I call them Golden Girls. They're my people from high school, and a lot of them are on this thing right now. And we've been together. We've been friends since we were like 8 years old.
Oh wow!
And we're still all friends. And we call ourselves the Golden Girls because we're going to grow old together.
Yeah.
And every day they get me through everything. And then I've met new people that I have too, and that's going to be Amanda, and Nathan's my little brother, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
I have them and Rachel and Casey. We have a group, and then of course my family.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of people just in my corner. Every day we have group chats every single day.
I love group.
It's true.
I love a good old group chat.
Yes, they all go off at the same time too.
Yes, perfect. Does everybody have an iPhone, or is it a green text with? Oh, wait, no. I text you. You're the one. You're the problem.
I am the problem. I'm the problem. It's me.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I could never do the iPhone. I can't.
It's all right. Look, I get it. I get it. I can do either one. I'm just locked into the iPhone. Locked into the cloud at this point, so I'm kind of stuck with it. But the same reason that you would never move to an Apple, most likely that would be the biggest one is whole new. I got to move all my stuff. They don't talk to each other. I don't care what they say. They don't talk to each other that well. They don't. I work on a PC. I work on an iPhone, and PC and Android's great. It would probably make a lot more sense for me to have the Android than to deal with the iPhone. But whatever.
I prefer it, and I'll just never be an iPhone person. I'm sorry, I'm the green. It's me. I am.
You're just the green bubble. We'll get
Yes,
over
I
it.
am.
Everybody, all y'all get over it. It sounds like they have anyhow. So,
I love looking at the comment section. My brother's in there too. Hi, Shane.
what's up, Shane? I love it. I love it. Well, let's before we really start to dive into all of the fun, let's talk a little bit about the culture and community and your pride and all that stuff that you have. I know that you've said that the more that you travel, the more that you love home. So how has traveling made you appreciate Louisiana even more?
I can answer this easily. So I love mountains, the beaches. I mean, sometimes, because we'll go on vacation and it's like, man, why am I not here with the mountains? I love hiking. I love, the beautiful beaches and all these things. But I'll give you an example. I was in Wyoming and we were having a great time there. It was the summer, beautiful weather. I'm in line at Walmart. And if you know me, I talk to everybody. It's just who I am. And the man behind me was just standing there, and I turn around. Of course, I'm going to talk to you, and I'm like, "Hey, and man, we're on vacation, and I'm just kind of talking." He looks at me like, "How dare you talk to me? Like I'm
Damn.
crazy?" And I'm like, "Would you like to cut in front of me? I only have two things, and you can go, yeah." And he just, looked at me like I was insane. So there's that. And then I was in Houston one time and I was at the park. I talked to a lady and she looked at me like I was crazy too. Like, why are you even talking to me? And it's just over here, that's what you do. You talk to everybody. Everybody's like friends and family, you just can't get this anywhere else. You'll never get this vibe.
We say it a lot. I say it a lot on here. I know that the fans of the show probably are like, dude, he's just so Louisiana. And I am. I am. It is the coolest state of all 50. It's not even close. It's not even close. But it's not just that. It's the people. It's the community. Y'all see what's happening in the chat as you that are watching this live that are going on. That's this state. It's just everybody supports everybody. It kind of goes
Everybody
back to that.
Turns into your family.
Yeah, and everybody's kind of basically nice. I think that represents the whole South pretty much.
Well, I thought that would be like Texas and stuff, and they weren't that friendly to me.
Hot take. Yeah. Texas ain't in the South. Hot take.
I'm going to say something that might be controversial, but our food is just better. I'm sorry. I said it. There it is.
It's no doubt. It's just, look, most of the country already agrees with this. We're just affirming it, but there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather eat food than from South Louisiana. I'm going to be specific, and I'm a 318 guy. I'm a North Louisiana guy. Well, the accent gives that away, Terin.
I guess.
I'm not I am a 318 guy. I'm from there. I love this whole state, but no, there's no doubt that South Louisiana just is on a whole other level of food. Now, there's some good stuff, though, in North Louisiana, more traditional stuff like I put on with the creamed potatoes and buttermilk cornbread and field peas that aren't spiced up like we do it down here, but it has its place. But that's pretty much, it's like North Louisiana is like the rest of the South. It goes on into Mississippi and Georgia and Alabama, and it's kind of that kind of food. Once you get south of, I would say Bunkie, maybe some would say Alexandria, then things start to change. You get to Ville Platte, and then you keep on going south, and it just keeps on getting better,
Oh yeah, and I've been. I'm gonna tell you, I've been in Alexandria. I've eaten at restaurants, and there it's just a difference. It really is. I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of
and I,
it's where it's the border. It's where it goes from country to Cajun, I guess you
it,
could say.
like Andre just said in the comments, he said talk about the Brits, and that was. I mean, you saw their experience in Shreveport and stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, it's it's just different here.
Yeah, they did not have a good experience in Shreveport whatsoever. They went to the worst place they could go to. But, so
Yeah.
you got to meet those guys. You brought them up. What was that like talking about culture? I mean, nothing's more cultural than some Brits at the freaking Frog Festival. I mean, that's his.
I had been trying to chase them down the whole week. You know, people had been tagging me in all the posts, and I kept commenting. And something I had said had got like 600 likes, and I was like, "Oh, they're probably going to see this." And they went to some of the places I had said, but they would always post after they left. And I
Yeah.
was already going to the Frog Festival. So my daughter had her stomach had started hurting, and she's like, "I want to go. I want to leave the festival." And I said, "Well, I'm going to bring you home, and I'm coming back." Was when I left, my phone started going off, and I'm like, "What is going on?" And she looks, and people are tagging me. They had just taken a picture of the rain sign that I had just taken a picture at, and I was like, "Okay, I have to go back."
Yes.
So I turned around and went back, and I don't know if you know with Cooking Uncle with Uncle Jay,
Yeah, yeah,
Johnny.
yeah. Yeah. I follow him on TikTok. Yeah.
So me and him were there together. We had him and his wife were helping out his mom at a booth. So we had when I got there, I told him I was like, "They're here. Jason, Josh are here," and he's like, "No, they're not. I have not seen them. I would have seen them." I'm like, "Oh no, I know they're there." So we walked around. I was like, This is my mission. I'm gonna find them. So we walked around, and I saw one of the little queens that was in a picture with them. And I went and asked her, and she was like, "It's a secret. Don't tell anybody." And I'm like, "I won't tell a soul." And she said, "They're hiding right now. They're going to come back out because they got kind of mobbed when they first
Mm.
got there." So it was just like, I think it was Josh that said he had an anxiety attack because it was so much, just too much all at once.
It's a lot of people and everybody.
Yeah.
Look, they're very well loved, but talk about a good problem. Just imagine being embraced in a whole, not just in a state, a whole other country. Like these people love us. This is crazy. You ain't getting that in Georgia. No offense to anybody watching in Georgia. You're not getting that in Tennessee. You're not getting that in Pennsylvania. You ain't getting it in Nevada. You're not. That isn't happening. You come here, you're gonna get just rampaged at a frog festival.
Yes.
I mean, I love this state just for
I
that
know.
alone. You've got to. I mean, wow.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
they seem like really cool dudes. I want to get them
They
to
were.
speak
I was kind of like fangirling, I guess you could say. I
for
was kind of
sure.
starstruck, so I didn't get to talk to them about like what I wanted to because I was just kind of yeah. But the frog leg eating contest was so funny. Josh, I mean, he just couldn't. And I had tried frog legs for the first time, so I couldn't laugh at him because I mean, I'm the same way, and I held a
What'd you
frog for the first time.
What'd you think? Did you like it?
It was light chicken, but not really. It was just kind of swampy, like
Swampy,
or maybe it's just in
swampy
my
chicken.
mind. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had frog legs a ton, but I've had them enough. The times I've had them though, they were money. I enjoyed it. It's kind of like squirrel, like I probably wouldn't eat squirrel every single day, but
Mm-mm.
some squirrel with some gravy and some biscuits, okay, I'm in on that. You know,
Yeah, I have to be like kind of tricked into. Oh, and now that I'm doing restaurant reviews, I'll eat whatever they kind of want me to feature. So I've tried a lot
Sure.
of new foods that way.
I had I made a little video today. I went to a place, spoiler alert, went to Hannah Q Barbecue today. I haven't been there. They're here in Baton Rouge, and I've heard that they're pretty good. I'm very heavy, even though I don't consider Texas in the South. I do consider Texas to have the best barbecue in the world. even more so than
They
Louisiana
they
for
do have really
sure.
good
Like
barbecue. I
I
have to give
like,
it to them.
yeah, I'll give that to them all day. And I love their style of brisket, barbecue, all that stuff. Very impressed. I'll just say that. Very impressed with Hannah Q barbecue. Had a great meal there today. I don't know. It's just you mentioned going to restaurants and stuff and just doing
Hmm.
that. I had no agenda. I just went there to eat. But then I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
sometimes that happens for me too. You're just there and
yeah. Why wouldn't I just make a little video of this? This is free, easy content. I'm already paying for it. Might as
exactly.
well.
Well,
Yeah,
it's hard to turn that part of your brain off
it
because
is.
I try to just go like even on vacation, but then I'm like this place deserves like recognition, and I end up doing something.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, speaking of some of these places that you've gone, I know recently I've seen you go to a place, I think it was called Noodles and
Oh
Dumplings,
gosh, yes.
and they they had a feast for you. Let's talk
Oh my God,
about that.
they had to pull two tables together to put all the food. We had seven to go boxes when we left that place.
Holy cow. Well, you had dinner for like dinner, lunch, breakfast for like
Yes,
3 days, basically. It was a feast. Y'all go check that out on our
it was
page.
amazing. Oh my gosh.
So cool. I watched those videos, of course, and so cool that how hard they work to make that stuff. And I mean, that's a labor of love that they put in, and it's like when they're done for the day, guess what? Resets. It's like you know, the whole thing starts over again the next day and they start all over again. But
Oh, and I just saw Mike Miller in the comments, and I don't know if you've been seeing some of those videos that I do with him.
oh
He's kind of,
yes,
yeah, he's teaching me kind of how to,
make
so
sausage.
yeah,
Is
well, do
he's a
things that
sausage
I've
guy, right?
never, yeah, some stuff that I've never done. Like he's gonna take me frogging. He's gonna take me. We're gonna go live on we're gonna stay on a houseboat for a few days, and I can only eat what we catch and cook ourselves.
Nice. So that's gonna be a
Yeah.
fun. That's gonna be a fun little video. Hell
Yes.
yeah, I love
He's gonna
that.
teach me how to hunt and like live off the land and just stuff I've never done.
I'm gonna be honest, Mike. If you're still in here, I totally want to try some of your sausage because I watch those videos. I like to make sausage too, but he's got all the right equipment to make it the right way in the smokehouse, all that stuff. Like I want
Like
some of this
how do
dude.
you
So
make a smokehouse in your backyard like that, you know?
you just
Like
do.
what?
You just yes. I want one so bad because I love to smoke sausage and I just don't have the little smokehouse thing.
No,
Now,
like spending time
unbelievable.
with him, I realize like if there's like some kind of big disaster, I'm gonna die because I don't know how to do all these things. Like I need to learn how to like hunt and cook these things and or yeah, I'm just gonna be
Exactly.
one of those people that can't do nothing.
Exactly. No doubt. No doubt. You've been traveling a whole lot, of course, too, not just in our great state of Louisiana, but I know that recently you went to Savannah and Hilton Head. What's your
Mhm.
pick? Which one? Which city? Which one you going with?
Hilton Head. I
Nice. I've
loved
never been. I've
Hilton.
never been. I've never been, but I've heard
It's
nothing but good
really
things.
nice. It's like it's just clean, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's like family oriented. You're not gonna have drunk people. It's not like Bourbon or Bourbon
Right.
Street.
Right.
It's not party central. It's not spring break, but it's like family oriented and it's just really clean. And we got to go shark tooth hunting. I mean, I had never done that before. It was super
Yeah.
cool.
So how does that how does shark tooth hunting work? I know I've seen the pictures. How's that work?
So we got a guide. His name is Corey, and he just took us out to some of the beaches, and he explained what to look for. You have to look for like it kind of shines differently. The shark tooth itself will
Okay.
shine differently than a plain like rock or seashell. And once he shows you, then when you look
You can
around, you
see
can
it.
see him so much easier. Yeah.
Huh.
And I know my daughter found a huge tiger shark tooth. And that was cool too, because we got to go home and kind of look up each shark tooth and where it came from.
Yeah, that's
That was
neat.
really interesting.
Yeah, I love doing stuff like that. Just going down rabbit holes of information.
Well, I look for things that are different. I don't want to do what everybody else does when I go somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, I had before I go somewhere, I look in their the group. They have the group pages for every place now, and I'll kind of ask where do locals eat? What should I do there? And I don't want your fancy restaurants that everybody goes to, all the tourist traps or anything like. I want the good mom and pop places.
For
That's what
sure.
I do before I go. I kind of research places.
Totally makes sense. I remember the first time that I met you, we were talking the day that I met you. You told me about because I was going to Tampa, going to shout out Bubba Army. I was going to the Bart party in Tampa, and Lord, that's a whole story in and of itself. But this was beforehand. You told me about a place in Florida where I should go. There were some hot springs, I think, and I'll
Yes,
tell us a little bit.
Wakula.
That's it, Wakula. I didn't get to go
Yes.
because of we got delayed, but it was going to happen. It was going to happen.
What?
Tell a little bit about that.
It's awesome because everybody, when you think of Florida, you just think of the beaches. Everybody goes to Destin, everybody goes to, but we want to do something different. So we looked up different things to do, and Wakula Springs came up. And they're actually their big hotel, the bed and breakfast is like part of the state. It's like right off the state park area. And everything there is like legit from what year was it? I mean, when the Colby's right here. When like what the Preacher of the Black Lagoon
Yeah, Tarzan.
and Tarzan, those
1930s.
1930s, like that
Oh
was
yeah,
filmed
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
And they have like black and white pictures on the wall, like a legit elevator from back in the day where you have to like pull this big thing open and
Oh yeah.
keys, like actual keys to the doors. And
Like
in
the
the
big
lobby,
keys.
yes, and
Yeah.
in the lobby, only black and white movies play.
Nice.
It
That's
was so
cool.
cool.
It's a cool hotel. Is it how is it haunted?
It might be. Who knows? I
Did
mean,
you get any did you feel like it was haunted? Did you sleep well?
I slept well, but I don't know. It could be haunted. I mean,
It has to
could be.
be. It
It could
has to
be.
be. It reminds me because I remember looking it up and looking at all the stuff about it now that you're saying that. And it reminds me of the Stanley Hotel in Mount Estes, whatever it is, in Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
up at the top of the Rocky Mountains outside of Denver, whatever it's called. Estes Park, I think, is the name of that town. It's up in the mountains. But that's where they filmed The Shining. Was at the
Oh
Stanley
gosh, that
Hotel.
would be
Same old
yes.
school, like was it like a sanitarium turned into a hotel or whatever? I don't know if that's the case. Probably dead wrong on that. But they have those big keys. It looked exactly like it looked in The Shining, and of course, Dumb and Dumber was also filmed there. That's where they had the hotel scene. That's why I was there. I didn't realize that The Shining was there. I realized
Oh
that I knew
God.
that Dumb and Dumber was, so that's why I wanted to go. I wanted to sit at the same bar where the guy goes, "We landed on the moon," and it's in there. It is. You can do it.
Have you ever went to the Myrtles plantation?
I've been there, but I've not gone on like a tour and all of that stuff. But I'm down. I know that you and
We've
Amanda
slept there
y'all are
twice.
down with the ghosts.
I've slept there twice, and
And
so the first time we didn't know I was going to be pregnant because you have to make reservations so far in advance. So we went with a group of friends, and I was 3 months pregnant, but we didn't want to cancel, so we just went anyway. And when they turned off the lights, I needed to go to the bathroom, and I didn't realize they had like 3 steps to go to the bathroom. Yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and totally missed that.
oh man,
Fell.
what?
You could hear my foot crack. And so I'm screaming, but so loud that everybody in Myrtle's plantation thinks that a ghost got me. So everybody's freaking out because they thinking there's a ghost attack in our room.
I
And
guess.
it was crazy. So they had to get me up, and I didn't want to leave because we had paid for this, and I wanted to experience it. So I had a broken
Right.
foot. And my foot was swelling right away, bruising. I was 3 months pregnant, but I stayed there. So I wanted to spend the night. It was just like a crazy adventure. And the next day, people had to like get me and bring me down and bring me to the hospital. and I ended up having, I had fractured my foot like in 3 places.
Good Lord. That's
Yes.
terrible.
And then I had my daughter on Halloween.
What? Well,
Yes.
you need to go back with your daughter and see what happens.
And she was like, Mom, I was born on the devil's day and you went to a haunted place with me when you were pregnant.
Well, what does that say about you? You know, I didn't
Yes.
make it happen. What's wrong with you, possessed child? No, I'm playing. But yeah, you
Yes,
need to
yeah.
take her to the Myrtles and just see what happens.
Stuff like that happens every time we're on vacation. Like I can't even.
I love that. That's fun, though. That's fun.
Mm,
It's the memories. It's the memories of the trip. Because that's what it's all about. I think more than anything, you can plan it like you want. You can do all that stuff. I think that I see that you're kind of like me, and you're just gonna go for it, and then
yeah.
whatever the hell happens with it, you're gonna have a story from it, good or bad. You're gonna laugh
Yes.
about it at the end and roll on.
Oh no, everything we've done is like we're like the Griswolds on vacation. Is what we're like. I mean, I've just gotten used to it. That's just we have a story from like every vacation that something has happened. At the
That's
time, it's not
awesome.
funny, but after it is.
Yes, in the moment it sucks. It's
Yes.
terrible, but it makes good stories. It brings a story out on a podcast.
Exactly.
It's now out there, and that's what's fun about it. I love that. I love that. You also told me about a place, and I probably don't need to shout this out. I'm only asking because I want to go there. That same day, you told me about a place that was somewhere in Louisiana. Maybe it was in Kisatchie Forest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was in Kisatchie. That was like a cabin or something off by itself. You could roast marshmallows and all that, blow up a big screen, watch a movie outside, and just kind of disconnect from the world. Where was that?
Yes, that's in Glenmora.
Glenmore. Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
the Cajun butcher store is there too, which is really good.
Okay.
But it's Kasachi Glamping.
That's
They
it.
actually have a small place. They had a small place to start out with, and then they are growing. She's gonna have all kinds of different stuff, like the teepee, the wagon wheel, the caboose, like all kinds of different experiences that you can do. And it's so nice. It's great for like a weekend getaway. We had a good
Yeah.
time. You can go hiking and everything. And people don't know this, but they actually have clear water there,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is crazy for Louisiana.
Very crazy. Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Is it on the is it on the whiskey cheddar, or however you say it? Or you don't know? Or
Which
is it on Kisatchie Creek? Because
is
Kisatchie Creek has white
Kasachi Creek,
sands and
yeah.
all. Okay. It is on Kisatchie Creek. Yeah, Kisatchie Creek. There used to be a swimming hole that we would go to when we were kids because I grew up there. It's not far from, and it's not near Glenmora. It's on Kisatchie Forest is huge. It's 40 miles north of there. Jason Hilton in the chat would remember this place, but it's where dang, they had that movie. I can't remember the name of it right now. It was about a boy who got ran over by a tractor and
Oh,
this you
With Reese
yes.
Witherspoon,
Yep, yep,
Man in the
yep.
Moon. That was one of my favorite
That's
movies ever.
it. That's it. We used to
Yes,
go to the swimming hole where they would go off. It was not that big as it looked on the movies at all. I mean, this it was
I
like
figured
almost
that.
a it was almost like a puddle. And the rope for a long time, the rope that they would swing on was still there. I wouldn't swing on
Really,
that and dive in, no. But it actually kind of it was like a hot tub in a way. The rocks that were there were perfectly formed. You could sit there and just hang out. It was awesome. Cool, cool place. The last time I went, we could go out there and you could ride four wheelers. This was 30 years ago. You could take a
yeah.
four wheeler out there and we would go. But the last time that I went, my buddy and I went and we just got attacked by horse flies. I mean, they were so big that it was the only way you could
Oh,
get
God.
away from them would to be to get like under the water. So we had to leave. It ran us off. Terrible. But yeah, that's the name of that movie. I've been trying to think of it.
It's one of my favorites. I've watched it a million
It's
times.
a great movie. It's so sad. I
I
mean,
know.
it's just so sad. All of that was filmed around where I'm from, like in Roebeline
Okay.
and Natchitoches, a lot of it in Natchitoches and Kisatchie. I don't think any of it made it to Manny or Florine, where I'm actually from, but it, within 20, 30 miles of us. So that was always cool. Of course, Steel Magnolia's the same thing, filmed in Natchitoches. Jason says they did film in Manny. They did film in Manny as well. Or as some people think, it's Minnie. Which, what a weird name for a town. Manny. I'm sorry, Manny people, but it is. Florine is too, okay? It's a chemical, but it's not. Anyhow. Well, look, we've been talking about everywhere that you've been and you've been eating and all of that good stuff. But y'all are going to have to oblige me for just a few minutes. I've got to know a little bit more about how you handle social media and all that stuff. We talked about a little bit of it, but I kind of want to ask a few more things. Like, do you ever feel like you're just posting into the void? And everybody, this is for Tiggy. This is questions that I have for Terin. Sorry. Do you ever just feel like you're posting into the void? And then what do you do when a post just flops? It doesn't get any views or no traction. Do you just move on and on to the next one?
I've kind of learned just to move on from it. On TikTok, I'll just delete it, and really it's so much about timing, because you can have a great post, but if you post at the wrong time, people won't see it.
Right.
Doing social media management for other businesses and stuff, I've learned that you can have a video that could go viral on TikTok, but if you post it at a time that nobody's on, nobody will see it.
That makes sense.
So you could be you have the best content, but nobody's seeing it.
We got a lot of people in here that are we're all content creators. When are the best times to post?
I'd say before people go to work, when they wake up, what's the first thing you do? You fix a cup of coffee, scroll through social media.
Yep.
That's a major time. On people's lunch break, they're scrolling through social media. Before they go to bed, there's a big thing between like 7 to 9 o'clock. They've already cooked supper or whatever, and they're going to bed, so they're scrolling before they go to bed. That's some of the big traffic times.
That's what I've noticed too. Like, when would you say, and you and I have talked about this, so I'm cheating, but I know your answer, but what's the worst time to post something on social media?
I feel like if you post probably around like 9, 10 o'clock, it kind of goes into a void. And then if you post like maybe around 4 o'clock, it kind of goes into the void too.
Yeah.
You have some people that do what we do, so they're on all the time, but mainly your normal working people are not going to be able to see it at that point.
Right.
It makes especially sense. On TikTok.
I've noticed that in videos that I've had that have kind of blown up, that when they get their views, and that's what I keep checking. I'm not checking for myself personally to see how many views it gets. I'm checking to see, like, when are the wave of people watching this? When are they jumping in? And that's been, I would say, confirmed. I would confirm what you have said, and it makes sense. I think you're kind of wasting your time if you post at those other times. That makes sense.
And I feel like Monday is probably your best day to post. Everybody wants to see what you've done during the weekend. I'd seen that Casey had asked what about weekends or weekdays. I think a lot of posts go into the void on the weekends because people are busy. They're out and about. So you can't post those high traffic, like when they're doing things.
Right.
You got to post when they get back. And then Monday's like one of the best days.
Totally makes sense. I've noticed that Fridays are tough for me. Mm-hmm. I think it's probably that way for everybody, unless it's in the morning. Friday morning, you're good. Friday at lunch, you're good. After that, probably not so good.
No, Friday evenings.
Because people are checked. Oh, yeah, there's no point in even posting on a Friday night. I've discovered, like, save that content for tomorrow. It'll be better. That makes sense.
And sometimes it's hard to do that because you want to post so bad. Something is going on, like, something happens.
I want to get it out of my hands as soon as I make it. I think everybody must be that way a little bit. It's like, oh, this is good. Let me go ahead and send it. And I want to sometimes, like I did today. I don't think it's a great video or anything, but it's like I've already kind of posted stuff. you could hold on to this. You could post this maybe Friday morning, maybe Saturday. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. Yeah, I get it. Where do you decide where you post? What goes on TikTok versus Facebook versus whatever, or do you just put it out on all of them?
It kind of depends the type of content. I never post really pictures on TikTok. I'm going to post videos.
Yeah.
And TikTok's gonna be sometimes like your funner, your more fun stuff, like it's not your professional every time,
Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna post the same thing on Facebook compared to Instagram. Instagram's gonna be different. I'm not gonna post the same videos. I'll post pictures if I do, mostly on Instagram.
I haven't figured Instagram out whatsoever.
That one has always, I don't know, that one has been better for me than the other platform.
I think that's what some folks say. I think Rachel has said, Facebook crushes for her, YouTube is crushing for her, Instagram is not. Instagram's my slowest grower too, but I think I'm figuring something out. We'll see. We'll see if over time we're going to figure it out. But yeah, that was something I just wondered because a lot of times, me personally, I will post, and I think this is a mistake, and I think you can attest to this. I'll make a video. I want to post it so bad. I just go to all 5 platforms and post it all at the same time, and all of them. I've quit doing that because I think that it's like, well, you're limiting yourself. I know that we have a lot of crossover on all these platforms, but we all have these platforms and we all follow each other. We're all going to like this stuff, but it's more got to think beyond that of what the audience, the people who don't follow us, want to see and the times to see it. And like YouTube, for me, it doesn't work well until at night. And I drop posts, so there's no point in for me to drop one until after 7 p.m. That's just what I've noticed. And
I'll be honest, TikTok, I know, a lot of people don't even mess with TikTok, but and like I tell my, people my clients, on TikTok, you have the same audience that say Nike has, because on Facebook, it's only your followers. Instagram's the same thing. It's very hard to get new people to see your stuff, but on TikTok, you can reach more people in a post than Nike can. It just depends the time that you're posting, your hook that you're using, and when. I mean, that's just, because I can get more views, like I said, than Nike or a celebrity, just depending on those things. Right. It really, you have the whole For You page.
Hook is the biggest thing. I mean, Austin Dennis has been over here. He preaches it. Gabby, she knows too. The 3 of us have collabed on things and kind of just listened to Austin of like, how did he get to here and get to this? And it's all about the hook. And I've been trying to get better with it. Some works, some doesn't, but it's hard to hook people, but that's what it is. Every video you make, I'm a fisherman. I've fished a lot. I don't fish anywhere like I used to, but every video that I make now, I almost feel like it's a cast. It's a cast, and we're going to see. And sometimes that thing, you work it just right, bam, you catch them. A lot of times, just like fishing, you make a lot of casts.
Well, like what you said about the Mike Broussard video. You saw the hook, I couldn't believe this came out of his. Yes, that's what made you watch it. Because, I mean, he's been posting himself for a while and nothing, nobody saw those videos. But it's the hook and the time of day that I posted it. And it just works out sometimes, it really is. You can get the right hook, which is hard. I don't always get it, of course, but I mean, that's a big thing.
Totally. It is. Gabby
says, like Gabby said, don't use Velveeta. They apparently
I think that's wrong.
Velveeta.
I think, Gabby, you need to double down on Velveeta recipes and just see what the hell happens. I've been saying I'm going to do it with smash burgers.
I think we all should.
I am. Yeah. I think that we've learned something from her video. People going to get upset about smash burgers. They're going to get upset about Velveeta.
I think we should all make some Velveeta shirts and just all wear them in all our videos.
That'd be awesome. We should totally do that in solidation with you, our friend Gabby. The hell with all these Velveeta haters, especially Mexican Velveeta. Yeah. It has its place, and God, that dish that she made looked good. I saved it and favorited it because I plan on making it.
Me
And
too.
I'm gonna make it just like she did too, because I've had her stuff and I know what it tastes like.
Yeah, exactly. We make that and we wear the Velveeta shirts, and then we all post at the same time.
Colby has a great point. Make a video on making Velveeta. We should just make
Uh-huh.
our own Velveeta. I love it. I love it. Well, let's move forward a little bit. Thank y'all for letting me indulge myself. I had these questions because I have her on here. Why am I not going to ask these? I'd be foolish not to. I had to. But as of today, this is fresh. There is a new role that you're going to be playing in a new chapter. So you just picked up a new job title. What's the story behind that?
So some friends of mine have been wanting to work with me on different. They just didn't know what we should do together. They were doing a market. They have a marketing company,
Okay.
and I love social media, but I don't like the whole digital marketing thing. That's not for me. And I didn't want to do the billboards and all that stuff. And they could tell when they were talking to me that I wasn't like too interested in that. I'm more of what social media and content creation. So they're like, well, we have this project that we've been working on, and we think you're going to be perfect for that. And that had been a few months. And then finally they were like, okay, we got it. It's going to be local. And we think that that's right up your alley. And I was so excited. We had a meeting for like 4 hours just talking about all my ideas and what I want to do. I mean, these festivals and music and food, all that can be on there. And then I get to bring in other content creators to it. And we're going to have the website, we're going to have social media, and we're going to have an app, a streaming platform too.
Cool.
So just be a hub for all that in one area. So you don't have to go to, and all these people can keep their individual pages, but then they'll have like a hub that we can all put our content on for everybody just to go to that one place.
I love that. I love that. And I love the spelling of the name. It feeds into Louisiana. It's going to be great. I love it. Well,
I could probably say that
congratulations.
we're bringing Travel the Boots going to be coming in with us. They're going
I
to
would hope so.
They're going to be one of the content creators working with us.
Excellent. Congratulations to both of y'all. That's great. And y'all deserve it. And you should. I mean, that's what y'all do. This is right in your wheelhouse. It's going to be, it's going to be perfect.
I'm so excited about it. And, just to get to show everybody Louisiana, that's, just on a bigger platform and where we can all be in one section. I think it's going to be great. And local artists.
It's going to be great from not only a lot of folks in here that are from outside of Louisiana, and outsiders' point of view you can go see all this good content all in one place, but it's also going to be a great networking hub for all of us to get to know each other even more, Yeah. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, we might do cooking videos on there. It might have a spotlight local artist. It's going to be launching in August.
Okay.
So we're kind of in the process right now, putting everything together and figuring it all out.
Nice.
But I think it's going to be a great thing. And, we can talk about the cook-offs and everything that's going on.
We're going to have Terin back on later this year to tell us what's going on. And I don't think anybody's going to be upset with that at all if we do that. Especially not this guy, Jason Hilton, who's been in the chat.
Oh, God. What is he?
I told you it was coming and it was going to be later in the show. Well, here it is. He told me a little birdie has come into Tiggy's ear and has told him that you were thinking about running a marathon. Is that true?
Yes, I've run one before. It's been a while, but yes, I want to do the one in San Antonio. I think that's the one he's doing too.
Yeah, it is. Jason and I went to high school together. I've known him pretty much my whole life, so that's awesome. He's in good shape. He runs these marathons. I talk to him often. Just a great dude. You need to go do it.
I want to, like I said, I was doing it for a while. Like, how I am, I just do things.
I get it.
I did that a few years ago. I met some random people and started running, and I flew to California with people I didn't even know. And I ran the rock and roll marathon in San Diego.
Nice.
And I didn't have these people's phone numbers or anything. Like, really, I didn't really know
them. Yeah.
No, and I just we just all went. And I started thinking when I was at the San Diego Zoo, the one girl that I just me and her had probably talked the most during the time period, she didn't come with us. And I looked around, I'm like, oh my God, I know none of these people. And I don't have their numbers. Like if I get lost at the zoo, I don't know how to get back to our hotel. Yeah.
I get that. I did a Tough Mudder. I think it was 15 years. I know it was 15 years ago. So earlier this week, I saw a good friend of mine, Richard Hines. Shout out to Dr. Hines. I saw him at the LSU baseball game, and we were talking. He said, it's been 15 years since we did that Tough Mudder. And I was like, I think I'm in better shape actually now than I was then. My knee, I've got a compression sleeve on my knee. Like I'm not really cardio wise, I'm in better shape. But have you ever done a Tough Mudder?
No, that was we did. I lie, we did.
Okay.
But it was called was it the jailbreak? We did the jailbreak race. I do have pictures from that, and that was a rough one.
Those are rough, man.
They had the barbed wire, and I said, crawl under in the mud and
crawl under electric. You're getting shocked.
Yes.
That was my favorite part of the whole thing, though. Kind of like because you got to lay down for a second and slide over that like a beached whale.
Out of mud.
Exactly. Yeah, that was. Oh my God, that was one. We went to Austin to go do that. It was somewhere outside of Austin, but yeah, 15 years ago, I told him the other night, I said, that was the one and done, brother. I ain't never doing that again. There's no way. I'm too old now. I think my body, I'd break down. I can't run 13 miles or whatever the hell it was and then do all of those obstacles as well. Now, granted, I didn't skip them. I started and I just immediately fell off and I didn't keep trying. I just swam on to the next one or whatever. Yeah, I was like, I gave it a shot.
We had to help people. We had to help like some of the women to get over things because they don't have the upper body strength. So we had to like help pull them over some of the things.
Look, I had some help too. We all did. It was a team effort. That's kind of where I was going with this. I only knew Richard. I knew maybe another guy who was going with us. The rest, they were all from Mandeville, and they were all in like this CrossFit group or whatever, and they all trained and worked out together. So I ran with them. Thank God for those people because they saved my ass. I can tell you that more than once. It was, so tough. A Tough Mudder. That's why it's called that. Well, all right. Well, enough with that. This is the very first, y'all let me know what you think. This is something that I do on every show to kind of close it out. I've got several questions here, but I'm calling this the Tigs Blitz. It's quick questions, fast answers, no overthinking. But don't you think that I forgot, and I'm going to start with this one. Harder challenge, editing a 30-minute video with bad audio or taking that damn ice bucket challenge to the dome like you made me do.
The ice bucket challenge.
It is, isn't it? You took it to a whole other level, though, to be fair.
That's the first time I've ever been in that pond.
What?
Yes, so was they have alligators in there. I took my life in my own hands.
You really did? Did you know before all of that you were actually going to end up in the pond, or was that impromptu there at the end of that?
I didn't think that they would push me like that far into it. Like they enjoyed
or that hard.
Yeah, they like actually enjoyed it.
Of course they enjoyed it. Of course they enjoyed it. I love that. All right. That answers that. And I'm the same. But I do hate bad audio. I'm not gonna lie. It's so tough. But anyhow,
it is.
All right. These are all going to be rapid fire. So, and I'm not answering. These are all you. Biggest travel pet peeve.
Oh gosh, when somebody won't let me listen to the radio in the car. I have to have my own little concert in the car.
Preferably with what kind of music?
You know what kind of music you like.
The kind I started the show with. I don't know if you could hear it, though.
No, but I could see it.
You saw what it was on, and I was jamming some divorced dads rock.
Yes,
we like to rock. I've got to go see a concert with you, Terin. I think we would have a lot of fun. We're one and the same.
My first concert was, right?
No.
Bush.
Really?
Yes.
Nice. I love Bush. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. When was that? And where was it?
That was in junior high. I was in 8th grade, and it was at the Cajun Dome.
Perfect. Hell
And I
yeah. I
remember,
mean, I
if
was hoping
Jed's
it was
still
back
in
then.
here, if Jed's still in here, I don't know if he is, but he was who I went with, him and another friend. And he got mad at me because I wanted to crowd surf. And he told me I was going to break my collarbone or whatever, but I didn't listen. I still crowd surfed.
Rachel says that ice bucket sucked. It did. It
It
did.
did.
And shout
Oh,
out to the
Casey was at the concert?
Oh wow, what? Wow, she was. I love that. I knew I loved all of y'all for a reason. We do have beyond the love of food, Louisiana, and just all of that. We also seem to love a lot of the same music, which is awesome. Which is awesome. The Terry Taylor, thanks for being in here, man. I'm loving that dude's content for sure. He's blowing up out there.
Oh, he is. Me and him want
Love
to
it.
collab soon. We had talked about it at one of the cook-offs, and I got his number for us to do a collab somewhere. So what? That's going to be coming up.
I love it. Well, that brings right into my next question on my little list. What is your dream travel collab? If you had to travel somewhere and collaborate with somebody, it can be anybody. You could tie that into even one of the questions I'm going to have is who would be a content creator that you would love to collaborate. You can tie that all into that same question.
I'd go to the UK and go meet Jason Josh.
There it is. Yeah.
That would be what I'd want to do. I entered the little contest.
They have a
Yes.
contest to
Yes,
do this?
I didn't win. Yeah.
Oh, dang. I didn't even know they had a contest. What were the criteria?
Yeah, you just had to buy like some little raffles, and you got so many or whatever. And yeah, I would go in a second in a heartbeat. So you hear that, Jason Josh, if y'all are watching?
Yes. Yes. And I'll travel with her too. Just want to throw myself out there. I'll make sure she gets to the airport, if nothing else.
Yeah.
What is the most overrated food trend right now?
I don't know. Oh, probably that. Well, I don't want to start trouble.
Start trouble. That's what the Tigs Blitz is all about.
I don't know about that whole boba tea stuff. Like, I don't know. What is that?
I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Like, yeah, that's all over the place. That tea with the little boba stuff in it or whatever. I mean,
yeah,
I see it all over the place.
Yeah, well, there it is. I don't know what you're even talking about, but now I will because it's going to be in my algorithm just because it was voiced. My phone heard it. My iPhone heard it, so I'll be seeing it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Beach or festival? And I think I know the answer. I think. Let's see if I'm right.
I'm gonna think. What beach are we talking about? I mean,
your favorite beach, I guess.
I don't know.
Your favorite beach versus your favorite festival. Which are you going to? There it
festival.
Is. There it is. That's what I
if
figured.
I could be front row at like one of my favorite music festivals, eating good food, drinking, and just be there with my favorite artist. Oh yeah, there.
Yeah. Well, that leads me to this. What's your favorite Louisiana festival? And that may be too hard to answer, so you can just give me your top 3, and they may not be in order. I'm going to give you a little out.
The Bridge Crawfish Festival. I've never been. That. I mean, they have so many good artists. It's a big festival compared to a lot of the rest of them. I do want to go to the Strawberry Festival. I haven't been. I do want to do that. The Rain Festival, the Frog Festival will always be there because of I met the Brits there. That was pretty fun.
It has to be. It has to be.
I don't know. I mean, the
Church Point Mardi Gras.
The music festivals are amazing. So, I mean, is that included?
Yeah, that's included. A music festival. Wouldn't you consider Jazz Fest a music festival?
Yeah. God, there's just so many. I don't know. Music festivals, I've had so many good experiences. I just can't even hangout music festival.
Hangout. Yep. Or now I guess it's the Morgan Wallen, whatever it is thing. Yeah. Same, but it's still the Hangout Fest. I get it.
Anything with music.
Anything with music. That's what I like about you. It's kind of what I kind of figured you were going to go that way. What's one thing that you always pack for a trip?
My whole wardrobe, every pretty much every shoe I own, and Boudreaux's butt paste.
Gotta have the Boudreaux. Shout out to Boudreaux's butt paste. God, they're lifesavers. You needed it
You
this
ne-
weekend
you
at
never know when you
LSU
guys are gonna
games.
chafe.
That is a fact. That is a fact. There it is. I love that.
You didn't expect that, did you?
I didn't. I didn't, but it's so Louisiana. It's true. I knew you'd give me an answer. I did know that. TikTok or Reels?
TikTok.
Just because of the growth potential?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I really do love that platform.
I do too. I really do too. What would you do if it went away? I asked this. Hey, let me just go ahead and tease a little something, everybody, that I haven't said. I had Mr. Weatherall on the show here in the past few days, and I asked him that exact same question. So
I love Mr. Weatherall.
So nice. It was so nice. Great show. Y'all will be looking for that. It'll be out in the next 2 or 3 weeks, but great visit. Same question. What did I ask? My ADHD mind's already gone.
I don't even remember now. I'm just thinking about Mr. Weatherall
Good.
and how nice he is.
I know. I got excited about Mr. Weatherall and what I asked him. I don't even remember what the question was, chat. You could probably tell us. We'll come back to it. We'll end with it. We're terrible. I love it. What's your go-to editing snack?
Oh, Starburst jelly beans.
You're a jelly beans girl. Okay.
Yes, I have the whole bag next to the computer every time I'm editing, and I'll finish. But I leave the yellow ones for Kobe. I don't like lemon.
Okay. Do you like licorice?
No, not at all.
But they don't have the licorice in it. What do you do with them?
Oh, I leave them for Kobe. He can have them. He's like my dumpster or whatever I don't eat. You can have.
They remembered. Thank you, chat. What would you do if TikTok left? That's exactly what I asked, and that's what I asked him.
That happened. I was in the middle. I had just finished editing a video when TikTok had got banned, and before I could hit the publish button, like I wanted to save the video to put on my other platforms, but before I could do that, it was banned, and I got that message, and I was screaming in the living room because I'd spent 3 hours editing this video and it was gone. Kobe was sleeping and heard me screaming. He thought I was being attacked or something, but it would be horrible.
Do you edit primarily on your phone using CapCut? Do you use Premiere Pro or Resolve or any of those? What do you use? All of the above?
Yeah, CapCut and TikTok, and CapCut had went away too. That's why all my videos were gone. I didn't know CapCut was leaving, so it all just went away. I'm trying to start a new editing tool, but it's a big learning process. So
that's a fact. I use Premiere Pro a lot. I've started leaning a lot more in the last 6 or 8 months on CapCut, just for quick, stuff that's on your phone. That's what I use today to make a video. And it's just easy. It's just easier because it's right there on your phone, and it's all totally makes sense. But at least I've learned a little bit about Premiere Pro, but the transitions, all that stuff, not nearly as easy to do on there unless you start to learn how to get plugins and stuff like that'll work. But it's a hell of a lot easier. Trust me, people, hell of a lot easier to just do it on CapCut, no doubt. Handful of more questions. I've had a lot of good questions for you tonight, Terin. I'm sorry.
I'm surprised you didn't dig into the dirt of like the stories of things that have happened and stuff at different events or whatever.
Well, that's where we're going to end with. I'd like for you to go ahead. Well, not really. I want to let those come out naturally. You're going to be coming back. We're going to hit on some of that stuff. I want to hear everybody's perspective on all of these things. You get a day off with no camera. What are you going to do? No camera, no editing. You can't do anything on social media. You've been put in jail. What are you going to do?
I'll probably, I like to go hiking. I'll probably go hiking or like kayaking or something like that. We do like to do that kind of stuff, real outdoorsy. That's when it just brings me peace again. When it's too much from all the editing and all the social media and everything, just we go hike, get away from it.
Nice. That's always, I love to go on a walk. It clears the mind. A hike, do the same, especially in your nature, and you don't have all the distractions. Good answer. That's a good answer. We're gonna have to dig into this though, since you have brought it up. I didn't really have it on the agenda, but since stirring the pot, Brandon, Casey, all those folks are in here. Rachel, everybody. Did you see the Stir in the Pot podcast? I have a feeling that you did, about judges.
Judging. Yeah.
Give me your thoughts on what they did and the way that, and this is not to put anybody or make anybody uncomfortable or anything like that, but this is my first year really of going to these kind of events, going to this type of stuff. So everything just wows me. It isn't hard to make me happy. It's really, really not. I'm just like, it's the best thing I've ever had, and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's very easygoing, to say the least, but there apparently is some friction out there with different events that go on, and people get butt hurt about this and that.
Yep.
So what is just a little quick, since we got to cast it out there.
Yeah,
what's your take on that?
No, I agree with a lot of what they had said. I mean, I've never been a cook there, but I know how much work and money it takes to do it.
Yeah.
I've seen, because we have friends doing that. So I can understand their point of view. I really can, because me and you, we go in there and we're like, oh, this is good. It's also good. So,
yeah.
I mean, I understand what they're saying. I agree with a lot of it. And I think I don't want to bring up certain events. So let's just.
We won't name drop events, just, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with a lot of what they said. It made sense, and it really made me think about, like, if I'm going to eventually judge an event, things that I need to keep in my mind,
right.
What they cooked, and because everything's so different. I understand, the different burgers, and it made sense, everything that they were saying.
Totally.
So I totally agree.
Yeah, it really, I think I said this last week with Caleb was on, but it really made me realize this is how you need to do this if you're asked to judge. Mm-hmm. This is the approach that you need to make. I think I said, because you and I think you're the same way. We're going to sit in there. We've never done this. Is the way I would have been. I'm sitting in the room with everybody, and I'm going to have a bite. Oh my God, that's good. You don't do that. You just got to play poker face.
It would be hard to be quiet, but I know I could do it.
I can do it. I think we can do it. If we're in the same room, or I'm in the room with you, Gabby, or Brittany, then we're going to probably all have to be separated.
Yeah.
No, we'll be fine. I can totally be a professional. Anybody watching, I can totally do it. I want to do it. I'd be happy to do it. It's fun.
I finally understand why they separate the judges and everything. Like Rachel had said, like, you don't want to, you don't want to be biased. You don't want to see who cooked what. Is the best way to separate. I didn't understand that at first, but now I really get it.
Me either, and I know that I know some of the drama that has gone on a little bit behind the scenes. I'm not going to bring that up, but just with scoring and stuff like that, then they address that in that, and if it's in those kind of contests, if it's a 7 or a less, then there's something god awful wrong with that dish, where I know for a fact some of the dishes that I've had that were some of the best that I've ever put in my mouth, and some of the best things I've ever had got like 3s and 2s, and that's jealousy, and it's somebody knew who had cooked that, and I totally see how it's competition, and whenever you start to compete, you want to win. That's anything that people do. And they'll do anything to do it, including, whatever it takes. I think the best way that you can do it is to have judges, quote unquote, sequestered, that they cannot see who cooks it. They know nothing. They're completely blind. You do it early. You let them make their decisions. You can announce the shit at 4:00 in the afternoon. Who cares? But those people want to go out and get content too. I'm talking from our perspective now.
No, exactly.
If we're going to be a judge, I'm also there to get some content to do the whole deal. we judge early, then you can go out and get your content, and it doesn't really matter at that point because the decisions have been made. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Yeah.
that is the way to do it. 100%. Yeah. I love it. Couple more questions to go back to the Tigs Blitz. I had to throw that one in there since you set me up for it so good. We had to stir the pot a little bit. No pun intended. Yeah, we're going to stir the pot a lot next week if Casey and them or whenever y'all are able to come on. We're going to stir the hell out of that pot.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
I can't either. I don't know. I know what I'm going to ask pretty much, but I can't wait to see what their answers are.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Casey, she's the one who's always getting us in trouble. So
I know she can't bring Fireball across the screen to me, but I will still I still have the 2 Fireballs that she gave me from the Gabby event. I'm going to bring them whenever I do the show. God. There it is. Okay. There. I just put myself on. I will do 1 shot of Fireball. 1 shot, Casey. What is the first thing that you notice about a restaurant when you walk in?
How I'm greeted. I don't like something that's complicated. Like if I have to stand there and I don't know what to do, do I seat myself? Am I wait? I don't like any of that. I need to know what do I need to do next kind of thing. That kind of turns me off unless it's like a really good place. Like when you go to Old Time Grocery, you don't know what to do. It's chaos, but their food's so good, you just deal with it.
You just deal with it. Right. Exactly. That kind of leads me to the last question of the Tigs Blitz. If you could only eat one Louisiana dish for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one. Ball crawfish.
I was thinking too. Like, I don't know.
As long as I haven't had my sauce with it, is that allowed or is it just the crawfish?
The sauce would be allowed. I would allow the sauce. My friend Tommy would not. He is against sauce, hates sauce. Like, I get that there's some people out in this world that maybe don't like sauce, but he is completely against it. He thinks it's ruining society. That's his exact words.
Has he ever tried the sauce from Church Point, the crawfish point?
He would not deal. It's not crawfish sauce. It's any kind of sauce.
Oh my
barbecue sauce. He's so wrong.
But yeah, Terin. He try Adam's barbecue sauce, the Pahee Brothers one.
Oh, I'm like, dude. All I do is hang around people who make sauce and stuff. Like, what's up? He's like, he just loathes it. He's like the Grinch. He loathes it.
That adds to everything.
Exactly. Well, he's going to be on the show at some point.
He can't be trusted. That's one of those things. He can't be trusted. That's a giant red flag.
It is a red.
Tell him that way. He's on the show.
I'm going to send him this clip. Don't you worry. That's part of talking about group text. This is going in. It's exactly why I asked it and had to point that out.
You're a red flag.
You're a red flag, Tommy. Everybody sees and says it. There it is. I love it.
Definitely.
Well, that's going to end the Tigs Blitz. That's becoming that's like one of my favorite things that we're doing with the show. Sorry that went a little long, but I had a lot of questions for Terin. I knew she would give us some good answers. So we're going to start to wrap this up a little bit. I still have a couple more questions for you, though, and as we ease on into this and slip on out of here, what is something that you're proud of right now that people don't always see?
Just how hard I work. Like people think that, content creation is just fun. You get to try all these new places but I edit video all the time. And as like Amanda, Rachel, all them will tell you, even Casey, like sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night with like nightmares about content. Like I think that I posted something that I didn't post, and I'm like, oh my God. And I wake up and I literally check my phone to see if I posted that. Like I get scared.
You're up, and then you don't go back to sleep. And then
exactly, my adrenaline's pumping. Like, did I post that? It's crazy.
I get it. What would you say to somebody who is scared to start?
You just got to do it. You can't worry about what anybody thinks about you, and you just have to do it.
Yeah.
You can't say, "Oh, I'm a bit cringy. People are going to call me stupid," because the people that do that are jealous because they wish they were doing what you're doing, what you're brave enough to do.
Bingo.
And then a lot of those people, when you do make it, then they're your best friends. I watched a video about that the other day, and it's so true. They might talk about you behind your back on the process, but then want to be there at the final, when you make it.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of jealousy along the way, and you just got to do you and be true to yourself.
I think that's great advice. Yeah, they may start off with you on the climb, and then as you're climbing, they're like, yeah. And then all of a sudden you make it, and they're like, oh, yeah, we know that's one of my best friends. Like, yeah. That's what I want to do to those people.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. Honest. All right, last thing, and we'll wrap this up. What is next, Terin? How can people follow along? All of that good stuff.
Well, actually, at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, I'm heading out to California.
Wow. Nice.
Yes, we're hitting the road.
Where are y'all going?
I want to stop at the Sequoias on the way, and then we're heading to San Francisco. My brother is working there. So my sister-in-law didn't want to make the drive by herself with 3 kids and a dog. So who do you think volunteered?
Y'all driving?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes,
that's a hike. I've done it.
She's going to stay there the rest of the summer. Okay. And I'm going to fly back by myself.
Nice. Well, I'm expecting a sourdough review, if nothing else, from the wharf. You got to go down to the wharf.
Definite. This is going to be like another Griswold's trip, I'm sure.
It's going to be just like it. Literally, It's going to be just like it. Just avoid St. Louis in this trip, which you're going to. If you go to St. Louis, you've done going way out of your way.
Yes, hopefully we do not end up. I'm excited to be like I said, the Sequoias. And then if anybody knows anything I should do in San Francisco, just message me.
There you go.
I'd love to try new things. So
well, where can everybody find you? I think we put that out there, but if anybody's listening and still hasn't gone to go find her page and follow her, where can everybody follow you at?
Traveling with Terin on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I just kind of started my YouTube. I'm working on it, but this trip will probably be some clips on there, definitely on YouTube. Yeah. And then on local is what that new little venture I'm going to be on. So I'll definitely be sharing more about that in the coming weeks.
Hell yes. I love it. A lot more coming from Terin. Y'all go check her out. She'll be around. We're going to be seeing and following more. We'll follow up with her later on down the road, but this has been a lot of fun, Terin. I appreciate you taking the time. We went longer than usual, but whatever, who cares? I knew we would. I knew that we would have no problems talking.
No, we'll probably go for like another hour.
For sure. No doubt. We'll save that for the next time.